So when I was new to the gay scene, I learned a lot of stuff, and one of it was physicality. So one time I was laying in bed with a guy, and he started to critique my body, saying, "Oh, you need to lose weight here. You need to look a certain way." And it really got me. I was very self conscious about it. I was vulnerable to that, and it definitely lowered my self esteem. In fact, it hurt me so bad that I didn't even want to go out dating other guys. I started to focus on myself obsessively. So I was ignorant to diet and health. So what I did is I started to run about 5 miles a day. So that running's great. I felt good. But after a while, after I lost all that weight and even my muscle, I looked thin as heck. Um, I started to feel worse. I actually went backward because I wasn't getting enough caloric intake and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not here to talk about diet and fitness. But the point is, I was hurting myself, and I was going in there with like guns blazing, but I was ignorant to what I was doing. So um, people started to notice. They thought I was dying and all that kind of stuff at work. And I realized I had to cut back. So I cut back on jogging and stuff. And I started to focus on, the job I was doing was very laborious and all that kind of stuff. So I thought I would, gain muscles at my job and do my jogging, on the side to keep the fat down. But that was completely wrong. I was completely ignorant to. So I spent a lot of time trying to, get my body a certain way, basically trying to conform to this gay standard. Because if you look at the gay community, they got all these muscle people all over. Heck, look, Google gay in a Google search. You're going to find all these shirtless muscle guys everywhere. And that's representing the gay community here. So I catered into that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with showing off your body and, your muscles and stuff like that. That's great. Show it. But I don't know why that's the only thing that represents the gay community. But that's all I thought when I was younger. I thought that's gay community, just shirtless sex. That's all it is. But I'm wrong. It's not. It's just overly represented. So I actually fell victim to that, this whole body image and the standard I had to go for. So I started to put on muscle, and I thought I got pretty good. I actually thought I got pretty in shape, and I had this obsession with like with like trying to flex my shoulder muscles and delts and all that kind of stuff. And I was actually pretty happy with the body. It's not like I never wasn't happy. I got much happier with it, but I was more worried about what my partner in bed was going to think of it. So I finally got back out there. Once I got my body relatively good shape, a guy says, "Oh, you have such a great body. Even all that fat down there looks is okay to me. I'm not usually wild on it, but I'll let you go. Make an exception." That made me feel like crap. Why do you say that? I had an overall pretty good body. And, I think the thing is I'm very vulnerable because I'm a very sensitive guy by nature. I'm just sensitive and I let it get to me. So I kind of withdrew and I started focusing on my belly, and I could not get the fat down. I mean, I don't know how people do six packs. I don't get it, but it's not for me. I'm never going to have a six pack. I just can't. I think, in my opinion, I've reached a point where things are different for me. You're supposed to have a little fat on you anyway. It's actually very healthy. Humans are supposed to carry some fat on them. I've done a lot of research on it. So you could disagree with me, that's fine. But the point I'm getting to, sorry, I digress. But the point I'm getting to is I let this standard, this gay standard, I call it, of what bodies should be, and I fell victim to it. I know that I'm not the only one out there suffering with this at this very point. But again, I've actually overcome a lot of those obstacles, and I'm not here to bash body images and say there's nothing wrong with showing your hard work, your body on Instagram or whatever. I think that's terrific. I do think people do abuse it to a certain extent where they show their body every day on Instagram, girls and guys. I don't fully get that. I don't understand what was different from yesterday and today. No hate. I just don't understand it. And I think it destroyed me. But how did I overcome it? Did I overcome it? Well, I don't think it's fair to say I've overcome it, but I'm certainly a lot more happier with my body as it is. I just had to keep my weight down, I guess, the best I can. And I feel good about myself. One person I was with was so self-conscious about their own body. They were overweight, and they refused to have any lights on in the room. And I had to only touch him in certain places on his body. I never wanted to see that guy again. He was so insecure about himself. It was a turnoff, and I guess I was a turnoff too as well because I was insecure about my body. I'm secure about my body nowadays. It may not be the best body, but it works for me. I guess the moral of this story is I just think there's so much problems in the gay community, and physicality is probably on top of it. And it leads to so much mental health and body image issues and struggles that, so many gay men, particularly gay men, I mean, women and straight men have it too, but particularly gay men, you know, it's just bad. And I think there's just many reasons why they might have body image problems, not particularly like I have. Some of them might be they feel like they're lacking something and need to make up for it. Or they're too feminine, they feel like, and they need to look very masculine, or whatever it may be. I think that's what's triggering it. But I'm not trying to. I know this sounds like a really crappy advice. You've heard it your whole life, but self acceptance, and that's something we really need to go back to, those good old morals, and say we need to love thyself, accept ourselves, and that's what I've been trying to do. And I will say I love myself about 1,000 times more than I did when I was 21. So it does get better if you focus on it. You really have to learn to love yourself, and I'm getting there. All right, cool. So that is it. It's a quick video. Apologize, but I'm in a hurry. I have multiple things going on right now, so apologize. But as always, feel free to subscribe or comment below or like the video. And as always, till next time. All right, bye.